Hi, this is Keith Williams. Welcome to 5 Watt World, where we're interested in helping you get the most music from the least gear. We're into small amps, small pedals, and in helping you find your tone. I've been chasing gear for 40 years or more, but I've recently become fascinated with what is essential for me, looking for the answer to what is enough. So I've been looking at methods to trim down. This is part 1 of my Minimalist Guitar Gear series, the pedals. Come along for the ride. Up next. This idea of cleaning out my gear isn't easy for me. And since it isn't easy for me, I thought it might not be easy for you either. So I thought I'd share my process and thoughts as I go through it. I'd like to look at each piece of gear taking up room in the loft and let go of those that aren't getting used. I thought I'd start with the pedals and move to the amps and guitars later. First, let me just say that I own all these pedals because I spent years researching, testing, and enjoying them. They're all great pedals, or I wouldn't have them in the first place. The question here isn't about good or bad. The question is, what am I using these days? What feels essential for me? I'm going to do this section pretty quickly since I'm sharing my specific process, and you'll have your own version of this. We're building a list to ID the pedals that aren't getting used. To start, I made a list of all the pedals I have. It just fit on one sheet of paper, a sure sign that this project is overdue. Then I organized them into 3 categories: delays, reverb, modulation, etc., and boost drive fuzz. Next, I organized them into subcategories. So fuzz pedals are all together, and delays are all together. You get the idea. While I was doing this, I realized that it was helping me with my sense of what is enough. For example, how many small delay pedals do you really need? After you've built your list, the fun really starts. You have to decide what ruler you want to apply. What measure for whether something qualifies as being used. There's something of a standard in minimalism where you say you're cleaning out your closet. You look at the clothes and you say, have I worn this in the last year? If the answer is no, then it goes. The guys that made the documentary Minimalism use what they call the 90-90 rule. Have I used this in the last 90 days? Or will I use it in the next 90 days? It doesn't really matter which you use. Pick one of these or settle on one of your own. What matters is that you then go through the exercise of applying it to your stuff. I'm going to go with the 90-90. So now I'm going to start working my way through the list, highlighting the pedals that come up under the 90-90 rule. Both the Moore 90 Orange and the Ensemble King Chorus I own for a particular tune from my last band's set list.
Got this in pocket.
You get the idea. Not the kind of music I'm playing now, and these are readily available if I need one again. The flanger, well, the flanger isn't even really my fault. This is Dan Steinhardt's fault, that guy from that pedal show. He reminded me of my prog rock roots with flanger before drive. That's a $50 pedal, used, so let's keep that one on the list for those late night David Gilmour moments. This TC Stereo Chorus flanger is a classic piece, and they recently stopped manufacturing them. Nothing sounds like it, and you can't get them anymore, so wait a minute! I was editing the video together and I realized that I was spending time justifying why I have each of these pedals in the first place. That's not even what we're doing here. All we're trying to do is identify which ones I've used and which ones I plan to use in the next 90 days. So let's get back to working on the list. Okay, I'm scanning the list thinking about the last time I used the pedal, and if not, the last 90 days, whether I plan to use it in the next 90 days. This part's easier than I thought, as I tend to go back to the same pedals most of the time, or I know exactly what I plan to use in the future, like the Too Many Tube Screamer style pedals for a future video comparison. Once the list is done, it's time to start pulling the actual pedals off the boards where they're stored. This goes quickly as well. After pulling them off the boards, I put all the ones that are going on a separate board. At this point, my wife popped into the loft to find me staring down at the board full of pedals marked to go. I was literally sitting there, staring down, letting go of all those past choices.
To detach your feelings from the event. To detach your feelings from the object.
I am not attached to this car. I am not attached to this car. I'm just attached to this car.
It was a strange and new sensation, but it felt good too. The last step, and really the whole point of the exercise, is getting rid of the non-essentials. This can be tough, as you chose all this gear originally because of a complex set of variables unique to you. So only you'll understand how hard it is to let the stuff go. You might not be ready to take the leap of putting everything up on Reverb or eBay. If not, try this trick, another one from the guys in the film Minimalism. Have a variation on a packing party. Put the potential non-essentials in a box and put those in a closet. If you need one of the pedals, go and get it out. The ones left in the box at the end of whatever time period you choose are the ones that are ready to go. If you haven't had to put them out of the box by then, you'll likely feel better about how extraneous the stuff in the box really is. If you're ready to let it go right now, well, alright, start listing the gear for sale. By the way, as a side benefit to this process, you'll have the money that's currently tied up in the gear. A quick estimate of my list came to about $1,500. I feel better having gone through this exercise, and I think I'm ready to spend a morning loading up Reverb with listings. Like I point out in my video about how many guitars you need, this will let me focus on these pedals with these guitars and amps. I'll get to know them better, and I'll find the tones hidden in each one. Because it's really all a part of the search for tone, right? Obsession of the day. What one pedal is essential to your tone? Put it in the comments. Thanks for watching part 1 of my Minimalist Guitar Gear series. If you liked the video, hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, hit that too. Remember, you can always check us out over at the blog at 5wattworld.com. Until next time, thanks for being a part of the 5 Watt World.